Living in America, everyone. Law of Games is here, and today we are talking about Paper Mario, the Origami King. You may notice the hat I'm wearing, but right now I'm not able to shower because we're having some technical difficulties with it, and we just noticed that it started linking, so we're hiring someone to check it out but just for right now, just enjoy the sight of me wearing my nice little hat. And this is actually the first time I showed me wearing the hat on my channel, but it's not important right now. We're talking about the Origami King. So today marks the release date of Paper Mario the Origami King, and there are some problems I have to address to everyone who watches my channel. Not just about the game in general, but also behind the scenes. Now, the first major problem I have is some of the boss designs. I'm sorry, but colored pencils, tape, a rubber band. Can you actually be a little more creative in some ideas, Nintendo? You can call me a little too angry if you want, but I'm just speaking out what I feel. I don't like these bosses. I don't like these bosses. I mean, I guess the design of the rubber band looks a little creative because of the way how it's designed to look a little more human-esque, but it's still just a stupid way of thinking for a boss. At this point, it's basically obvious that Nintendo is pulling it's Paper Mario down our throats. It's becoming a joke. It's irritating and stupid. I mean, there are times when that has worked in the Paper Mario games, but the reason why they work so well is mostly because they're meant for progressing through the game. Like in Paper Mario the 1000-Year Door, when you turn into like a paper airplane, or turn into a tiny little rolled up piece of paper, or like a little boat, to be able to progress through some levels to be able to get what you need. But for something like this, I just have nothing left to say, guys. I just have nothing left to say. The next major problem I have with the game is the characters. Now, I can kind of see that Nintendo is kind of listening to criticism, looking at the name Bobbery. No, what was his name again? I don't know, something with Bob in it. I'm sorry, but just taking out his views, it just shows how lazy that Nintendo is. Alright, so looking at the Bob-omb character in the game, I can kind of see that Nintendo was only trying to be creative. But just taking out his views, it's so stupid. Like, you couldn't give him maybe a different hat or different type of shoes, or maybe even a mustache like this, kind of like what they did with Bobbery in the 1000-Year Door. But I guess Nintendo just doesn't care about creativity anymore. Before any of you guys just decide to say, oh, what about those Bob-ombs in the 1000-Year Door when they were sending Mario off to the moon? How come they're not really that creative? But the thing is, the reason why we don't really have that much problem with those Bob-ombs is because they're in the middle of an army. And basically, most of the time we know that most of the people in the army lose most of their hair, and sometimes even go completely bald. And the only difference is in the facial look and their height and weight. And that's just about it. But they still look a little too similar. So we don't really see that much of a problem when looking at the Bob-ombs that are in the army. But there's still a lot of characters and Bob-ombs that look completely different to each other. But as we all know, in the army, the only person that's different other than every other soldier is the general. Since in the game, he's able to have a mustache and have a huge chat, so we are able to confirm that he's the general of the army in the game. But what they did with the Bob-omb and the Origami King is completely stupid. Alright, so the next problem I have goes into the battling. Now, the battle system itself looks okay, and it looks like it actually can be really enjoyable in the game, especially in boss fights when you are able to, like, create a path where you want to go, especially if you want to collect, like, some more coins or, like, some more items, maybe. But there are two problems I have in battling. Well, actually, one of the problems is more like a question, but the main problem I have is what they did with the RPG system. It's like the people at Nintendo just hate the RPG system in general. Do you not get how RPGs are supposed to be? To gain experience? To level up, do our own creativity while living up. It's just so frustrating, I can't really find the words. The question I have is, what happened to the partner moves? I mean, we can kind of see that we are actually kind of getting partners in Paper Mario the Origami King, and that I'm actually a little bit excited about that. But where are the different moves for the partners? Where's the selection for the partners to get their own movesets? Isn't it about time we forget about the Paper Mario games from this generation and just focus on showing our kids the original Paper Mario games? Because that's basically the vibe I'm getting out of this. Now, on to behind the scenes. Everything that's related to the Paper Mario games and the problem with the Paper Mario in general. So I'm sure you already know by now that Shigeru Miyamoto himself is always against stories in Paper Mario games. He's not all about creativity. At least that much as I guess he used to be when he created the first Mario games. Miyamoto's all about fun. He's all about enjoyment in playing the Mario games. He's the creator after all. So his word is like a really big impact in the company of Nintendo. He created Mario, he created Zelda, Metroid, the list goes on. He's all about simple fun. While it is true that the Mario games don't really need that much of a story, Mario just has to jump on the enemies and everything's fine. But the thing is, story and creative things is what makes the games more relatable. And the person we have thankful for that is Yoshiaki Koizumi. And where is he right now when we need him with the Paper Mario games? Now, for those of you who don't know, Yoshiaki Koizumi is a guy who's all about the creativity. He's all about story, he's all about development, he's all about plot. And he's kind of the reason why we have that story of Peach being trapped in her own castle, of Mario had to clean up the island in Mario Sunshine, and why we have to chase down that guy in Majora's Mask and stop the moon from crashing down. Koizumi has been going against Miyamoto's wishes for years, and as a result, we've been given really, really awesome games, and we should give this man some celebration for everything that he has done. But there are times when our good man is needed, especially right here. And what's happening with the Paper Mario games? Now, don't get me wrong, there are some good aspects that comes into Paper Mario the Origami King. But seeing that it's more like the sequel to Color Splash, when it's trying to be better and better. But there are some huge major problems that Nintendo is ignoring. It just makes me want to push away the Paper Mario games. So I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna waste my money on something that Nintendo just decides to ignore on fixing. I mean, sure, you can call me a little bit of a hypocrite because of what's going on with the Switch, but there's a difference between what's going on with the Switch and Paper Mario in general. So basically about I think it was last month, when Nintendo just actually released an article apologizing with the drift issue. So at this time and age, Nintendo is actually addressing the problem. Actually, I haven't read the article myself, so I don't know if they are fixing the problem, but they're allowing us to mail our Joy-Cons for free so that they can fix the Joy-Con drift. And I'm really pleased about that. But with Paper Mario, Nintendo is not addressing the criticism at all. In fact, there's a video I'll link in the description that shows the article of Nintendo that has been asked about the criticism of Paper Mario, and it's not good. Not good. I'm sorry, but ignoring the criticism is not a good sign. And that's basically just saying, oh, just screw the fans. That's just showing you that Nintendo is being just as immature as the reactors. Especially that's what happened with T-Moss Boss. That type of reaction is not okay. Because not fixing the problems will lead people away from the series in general. And when that happens, Nintendo will lose a lot more money because people are not buying the games. Do you want this to happen, Nintendo? Do you want people to move away from Paper Mario? This is something I don't want to keep continuing on. I don't want the Paper Mario games to be pushed away like this. I don't want the Paper Mario games to go down this level. I don't want to see its reputation get destroyed like this. I want the series to continue on. I want the series to be as good as it used to be. I want to see actual creativity, good characters, good writing. And don't get me wrong, it does look like it has an interesting story, but not interesting characters. And I can't have this. I don't want to spend $60 on something that refuses to listen to criticism, that refuses to improve like this. You can call me too critical all you want, but unless I hear like more and more good things about Paper Mario the Origami King, I am not going to buy this game. I may watch some Let's Plays, but I just can't buy this game. Not with it still repeating its past. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe. See you all next time. And hashtag make Paper Mario great again.